What's up, YouTube? It's the Action and Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. Collector Archive Services, one of the big three grading companies in the world, they just announced a new solution for mint on card items, specifically Star Wars items. And it's a really interesting concept, and I wanted to go through it in a little bit more detail, as well as provide you with some information on a live stream that CAS is going to be doing on Friday, and I'll include a link to that live stream as well. But we've all been here. We've all had. If you've been collecting mint on card vintage Star Wars items long enough, we've all been to this unfortunate scene that you see here of this Darth Vader on a Return of the Jedi card. The blister broke, probably in shipping, and now you're left with a figure that's popped out of a shattered blister. And it's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you if you've been doing this long enough. And it's always a concern. For me, it's a big concern because I like the Palitoy Tri-Logos especially, and those have really big blisters relative to the size of the figure. And in shipping, that figure can jostle around inside. So I'm always terrified that it's going to just burst right through the blister. And I know that Chris W. has had that problem. He had an Anakin Skywalker, beautiful item, and it shot through like a torpedo and blew through the blister and destroyed it. So this is a common problem. This is what we all deal with. And, here's another look at this one. I had a Sakuda Japanese card back of Bausch that the seller did not properly wrap, sending to me from Japan. And it looked like this it looked like this Darth Vader when it arrived. It was a real big bummer because it's hard to find that item. And I still haven't found one since then. That was several years ago. So Collector Archive, literally 40 minutes ago, they just announced a Black Friday deal, as well as a new patent pending technology that they call Bubble Preservation Solution, BPS. And it's a really interesting item. Now, to start out with, it's going to be on any first 21 Star Wars figure mint on cards, as well as Empire Strikes Back figures. So it's still early, and so it's a very limited number of card backs that they're offering it for because the patent's still in process. They're still kind of perfecting the technology. So keep that in mind if you're going to take advantage of this Black Friday sale. But let's go through what it says. As demonstrated in the images below, which I'll show you in a second, CAS's new revolutionary BPS consists of a thin, clear sheet of plastic that covers the entire surface of the mint on card area, including form-fitting the entire surface of the bubble like a glove. The top, the bottom, sides, and face of the bubble, all of which will provide the most protection possible to mint on card items, prevent the bubble from lifting off of the card, which is the most important thing in my opinion, because you got to remember that these items, some of them are 40 plus years old. And, that glue, that factory glue could start to come undone over time. I've seen some examples in people's collections where, like on a 21 back, whatever, Walrus Man, the glue just deteriorates over time. So it's important to try to prevent that from happening as much as you can. And so what they're basically saying with this technology, this BPS technology, it's going to be a very clear piece of plastic that literally covers the entire front of the card and the blister, all sides, so it keeps it in place. And I think that's really attractive, especially if you got a really expensive rare mint on card that you'd like to keep as perfect as possible and prevent it from eventually deteriorating and falling off the card, which it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. I've seen it happen to some collectors out there. So, and it also prevents the loose hanger tabs from dislodging and coming loose. That's a big one too, because I have seen examples where the item can be sent, unpunched to the grading company, and it could jostle around in shipping, or the FedEx guy decides to play soccer with it, or football if you're in the UK, and that little punch tab can come loose, or even after grading on the way back to the customer, that punch tab could come loose inside the acrylic case and be at the bottom of the case. I've seen that happen as well. So this clear coat will kind of prevent all that from happening. It'll kind of just keep it as like a capsule to keep it in place. So it's a really nice idea. It's going to cost $15 per carded action figure, which is what they charge right now for the blister support. And I'll show you an example of one of those in my collection here in a second. But But anyway, for 15 bucks, that's a steal of a deal. To me, the next item that I get that fits within the items that they're currently offering this service for, I absolutely plan to do that. $15 is well worth the money in my opinion. So to celebrate this advancement in Mint on Card grading and preservation, during their Black Friday week sale, they're offering this BPS for free. So it's going to be included as part of any submission that you make over Black Friday. It's got to be any 21 figure release on a Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back card back. It's not going to be on Return of the Jedi, Power of the Force, Droids, etc. card backs yet. But they are working on that, and they said it's going to be in the quote-unquote relatively near term that this will be offered. So if you have an early card back for one of the first 21 figures, and you want to get it graded and preserved, I would pay the $15 to get that in a heartbeat. But if you send it in during this Black Friday sale, it's going to be, that fee will be waived. So they're going to be adding that to the website, and we'll go over that in a second as well. And for those of you who have questions about it, they're doing a live stream this Friday, which is the 25th, 24th, 23rd, 24th, 26th. This Friday, the 26th, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on their YouTube channel. In the video description for this video, I'll include a link to Collector Archive Services live stream link. They've got the link set up. Obviously, it won't go live until 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, but that'll allow you guys to mark it and put a reminder in your calendar if you want to watch it and have any questions about this technology. But they also did show an example. The first example that they did is this one right here. This is a 21 back Boba Fett. And what I like about it is that it keeps the aesthetic quality of the card back intact. The blister supports historically that AFA and CAS have used, and I'll show you an example of mine in a second, have like these pillars that go around it. And so it does detract a little bit aesthetically from the look of the Mint on Card. So right now, this piece, not only does it have an acrylic case around it, but there's also a thin piece of acrylic that goes around 100% of the surface area, including the stem, the blister, the front of the blister, everything else, all the way up to the card back. And I do believe that AFA offers a similar solution, but I think that this one is the first to cover the entire blister and not just go around the blister. So I think it's a really nice feature, and they have a patent pending apparently. But you can see right here, this is a good angle where you can see the actual blister, and you see that first line is the actual item, the blister for the item, and then this technology that they have goes around it. They measured it all out and scan it to make sure it fits properly, and then it kind of curves around that. So it's just an amazing solution for Mint on Card items that are, especially ones that are very rare and very expensive, like this Boba Fett. So a really nice feature to add. Here's another angle that shows it. So what I like about it so much is that you really can't see it. You can't see this kind of clear coat that goes over top of the blister unless you're holding it at certain angles like this angle, so you can see it. But if you look at it even from that side angle, it's really not noticeable at all. Versus the one I have, this is the Mint on Card Lando tri logo that I have that just got back from grading, and I've got a video coming out on Thanksgiving actually for this one. But you can see that this is the more traditional blister support that both AFA and CAS, and I'm sure UKG have done in the past, is just have like these pillars that go on the outside, and it does detract aesthetically from the look of the Mint on Card. So this new solution that CAS has in place is much more attractive aesthetically, I think, and probably actually, honestly, it probably adds more protection to the blister and keeping that blister intact versus these pillars, which don't necessarily always fit up snug and flush against the card back. So, but anyway, this is CAS's main website, and I talked to Chris Whitlock, one of the owners there, and he said that the BPS is not yet up yet, but I imagine it'll be up on this main home screen sometime soon, sometime today. So just be on the lookout for that. Right now, they just have the standard blister support column offering on their main website, but the BPS solution will be up and running, he said, later today. But be on the lookout for that live stream that CAS has coming. Again, it's this Friday, the 26th, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And again, in the description, video description for this video, I will have a link to that live stream so you guys can check it out. Or if you guys are sitting on a big pile of awesome card backs that meet the criteria of the first 21 releases on Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back cards, that qualifies for this new BPS technology. And like I said, they are going to be rolling it out for Return of the Jedi, Power of the Force, Droids card backs, etc. over time. And he said it's not going to be that long either, based on this description here. So anyway, I just thought people would like to check out this solution. It's nice to see all the grading companies, constantly improving, and this technology, I think, is a really big step up for rare mint on card Star Wars items that you want to have an extra layer of protection beyond just a standard acrylic case. If you like this kind of content and you're new to the channel, welcome. I try to provide updates on what all the grading companies are doing, what the graded collectibles industry is doing as a whole, not only for action figures, but also for comics and anything else out there. And please consider subscribing. So thanks so much again, and I'll be back soon.